Hello everybody and welcome to the start of Season 3 of our AALBORG PK career mode. Yeah, Season 2 has finished yesterday. I hope you enjoyed it, and now we have to start Season 3, and it's gonna be a very interesting and challenging season. Because, first of all, of course, I'm gonna concentrate more on the EuroLeague. In this season we want to really do something. Last season we got knocked out of the group stage as 4th place, which wasn't a big surprise. I thought maybe 3rd. But to be honest, in the EuroLeague group stage there is no difference between 3rd and 4th like in the Champions League group stage there is. But in the EuroLeague group stage there isn't. I expected us to get knocked out, it happened, so I'm not too unhappy with that. The same with the Cup in the Depot Pokal. We should have maybe done a bit better, but it's fine. And in the league, of course, we have done really good. In this season we have one big problem, and that is our team was already very thin. And of course you need at least 22 players, so you can replace every single player on every single position in case we need to use our Sanctuary's team because of fitness problems, injuries, suspensions or whatever. But of course you need also a few more just in case. Yeah, like 2 goalkeepers is enough, 4 center backs might be enough, like 4 wing backs is also maybe okay. 6 center mids, you can probably live with that, and 6 attackers, yeah, but 1-2 players here and there could really help to just be safe. And our team was already very thin. We just had like the first 11, the bench, and a few more players, so we just had like 24-25 players. And now of course Wizard left because he retired, Wirtz left, and Wilson left, both contracts expired. And then Zar, Catas, Kluivert and Bastoni will leave in 1 day or in 2 days because of the loan is ending, which means there are 4 players, 6 players, 7 players who are gonna leave our already very thin squad. And if you have a very fast look, we have now 24, and I think the contract expired already are gone. Yeah, so 24, and there are 4 more players who are gonna leave us. These 4, and then we have 20 players. 20. So we just have exactly more or less a first choice team and a bench, and that's more or less it. So we have to make at least 5 transfers, at least 25 players is what we need in my opinion. So we have to do a lot of transfers already in the start of this season. In this episode I will go for the first half of the transfer window. So I will either go until the Copenhagen game and then end. That will happen if a lot of transfers and stuff will happen already. And if not, then I will play against Copenhagen and then end on the 1st. But next episode we will definitely also play go through rest of the transfer window. So we are not doing all today, probably also not all together tomorrow. I probably will in the next episode. I think this episode 28, so in episode 30 end the transfer window. And so we have time, you have time to comment, and we want to do transfers. And in this episode I mainly look at free agents. There's one free agent I will straight away offer a contract, I guess, but the problem with him is he is a center mid, and the center mid position is the only one where we really don't need anybody. But he's still really good, so I probably will still sign him. He's gonna be a backup center mid. Except of this, I'm scouting basically. I have looked for all the free agents, everybody who's interested. Let's say like 80% of them are already getting scouted. The other 20% are currently on my shortlist. As soon as I finish scouting the other ones, I will also scout them. So I'm especially looking at free agents right now. We do have the money to sign players, and if I spend the money, it has to. It's mainly gonna be a left winger. So I mainly look at attackers, left winger or striker. And yeah, we'll see what I can do. Before we talk about transfers, let's quickly talk about this. And you can already see, yeah, the board wants me to do a lot. First of all, the youth development goals are still a high priority. So except of domestic success, the most important ones. It will be really hard for me this season because high priority, Quobon Youth Academy. I mean, if I still have money, I would buy a youth scout. I really have the plan buying a youth scout this season. The thing though is that of course I have to make a lot of signings. So, and these are more important. It's more important to make, even if I made 5 transfers already or 5 signings, it's more important to make a 6th one than to buy a youth scout. So I will first make all the signings, and if then we have money, I do hope so, I will do this. But it will be hard because they want me to first of all quote one youth academy player by 10 points and play him on 5 matches, and then sign 4 more, or at least 3 more, and play them in 20 matches. which is basically they want me to sign 4 and play them on 20. That's basically what they want me to do, and at least one of them has to go by 10 points. Medium, a forward position, it's no problem, because of course we want to sign at least the left winger. But if you sign a left mid and not a striker, but we will also sign a striker, so it should not be a problem. This, we'll see. Win the league, win the cup, reach knockout round. The thing is, this is very low, while this is critical. Win the league, win the cup, and this. So the thing is, let's say we get second, don't win the cup, lose in the semifinals, and don't do this. Then I can only make a medium and low, maybe a very low priority goals, but high and critical I can't, and my range rating is already 51. So I don't like this at all. There is actually a preseason tournament. Maybe I'm just confused. I thought there isn't. 3-star, so the least difficulty, the most interesting teams, just because of Nürnberg, to be honest. And the most money, 5.3. We could double our transfer budget. I thought there is no preseason tournament, but this is a big chance to get a lot of money that we need. Nürnberg, Salerno, and Ostende in our group. The player I feel like I will definitely sign is Hiroto Tomizawa. He's worth 1.2 million. He's a center mid. We don't really need a center mid, but he has high, and the thing is, if you look at his stats, pace is good enough, vision, but he has nothing that amazing. He is of course really good, but you would think, but as already said, high-low, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. And because of this, even if I don't like him that much, I could just tell him. He is asking for quite a lot, because it says he was on 8.1 or something, and then he goes to 15, which is a lot. But 15, there are a lot of 70 rated players, so on 15 he is almost there. He's really good, and this is why I want him, and he's better than, for example, Sloth in my opinion even. So I think I'm gonna actually use him quite a lot next to the Lufsen, maybe. Even if I don't use him that often, to be honest, he is great. Even if I don't like him, could load him out and sell him, so I think it's something I should do. The first game in the preseason tournament is against Salerno. I think this is our first preseason tournament game in the whole season. I don't know why there are only 3 players on the bench. I have no idea, but alright. 3, 2, 1, boom! Meilinger, Poha. Nice one. Blabjak is center back, getting subbed in for Mangel Striker and Mele for bursting. You can see how fucked we are right now, but Meilinger with 2 goals, starting off decent, 3-0 win. We only probably need 1 more win, and against Ostende we should be able to win. We only had 1 day to rest and then play against them, and again only have 1 day to rest and play against Nürnberg, but I still have to use probably my first team in every single game. They're really tired, to be honest, but we'll see. They lost against Nürnberg. If we win this game, we are basically through. If we win, and I guess Nürnberg is also winning, then we are both already through. A draw might already be enough. 3, 2, 1 among with a goal. 3, 2, 1, boom. 2-1 win. Musona equalized. Then just before the Mele got subbed in from Peterson. Then there is a, I don't know what happened there, substitution, and then it's Amian Adu who wins us the game. We are on 6 points, and I guess Nürnberg is on 6 points too. The question is who has the better goal difference. It is Nürnberg currently, which means if we draw against Nürnberg, they will be first, we second. So we have to win against Nürnberg to get probably the easier opponent, the second place of the other group and not the first place. Here we go, Gröning and Christensen are back from injury. So the thing is, if we sign this free agent, that's the only thing. He's really interesting, but he's really in the only position I really don't need anybody. If he would be a goalie, hey, backup goalie, no problem. If he would be a right back, left back, our current backups are shit. If he would be a center back, we need one. CDM, we need one, and attacker, we need one. The only position where we really don't need anybody is a center mid, because we have 5 center mids, and he would be the 6th one. On the other side, we could sell players, but that's really the only big problem right now. And he accepted, but I will wait for it for now, because he's good, but he's really in the only position I don't need anybody currently. We are now going into the game against Nürnberg. They have the better goal difference, so if we don't win, we are definitely second. There's no difference between first and between draw and loss. If we win though, we would be first place. It looks like we win. 3-1, boom, 4-0 win, easy. Alright, why not? Bursting 2 goals, among a goal, there is a goal. Alright, 4-0 against Nürnberg, did not expect this. So we are gonna play against second from the other league group, and it is Arsenal Tula. So we definitely should be able to beat these teams. These players. Never heard of them, and I don't think they're that good. And here we go, 1.2 million euros. A decent amount of money. We could need it, that's for sure. Alright then, semi-finals at home against Tula. 3, 2, 1, boom! And we lost in penalties. I would say the easiest game yet. It's only a draw, a loss. A draw after 90 minutes, then a loss. Oh, that's disappointing. That is a big surprise and very, very disappointing. How can you go from a 4-0 away against Nürnberg to a 1-0 and lost the penalties against a really shitty team? We got 2.8 million out of 5 point something, so it's still good, but we should have got more in my opinion. Alright guys, quick update. We have 4 accepted contract offers, and I want to have a quick look at all these 4 players. And I think we are now gonna make the first signing too of this transfer window. We have, for the center back position, Petzos. They wanted 4.2, but they accepted actually 2.8, which is basically his worth. 10,000 euros is not a lot for this player who has good potential, has decent physical stats, decent defending skills, low high work rates is amazing, 6'3". He is good. He is really good. Is he quick? Yes. The other dude is Van Drongeren, who is probably Dutch. Yes, he is a lot slower and is a lot worse. 6'2", medium, 4-star weak foot. He is a bit more tagging. He is a bit cheaper, a lot cheaper actually. He is 1 million cheaper. He would have to spend 1.8 instead of 2.8, but instead of 10,000 a week, we would have to give him 25,000 a week, which is more than 1 million. So in a long term, Petzos would definitely be also the cheaper option and the better option. So he is the one I definitely prefer. I don't have anybody else in the center back position currently on my shortlist. I've decided the following. The game against Copenhagen will be in around 10 days, and I will make definitely a lot of transfers already until then, I'm quite sure. I will probably not play against Copenhagen already in this episode, because I think that I do want to make the transfers before this game, so I can use these new good players already in the game. But I do want to give you the choice. So what I have decided is, of course, I will not go for Van Drongeren, what the fuck is his name? This dude, this Dutch dude, I will not go for him, I will go for Petzos. If we are not finding anybody, I'm scouting for center backs, if we are not able to find anybody else until the game against Copenhagen in, I think it was the 28th, so in 10 days. If you do find other players that I can scout or that are already scouted, then I will look if they're interesting. If I again, like with Van Drongeren or Van Drongeren, not sure, can say they're a lot worse, I will buy Petzos. If they are around the level or a lot better, then of course I will give you the vote or I will sign the other player. But if I cannot find a different, a good a good center back until the game against Copenhagen in around 10 days, Petzos would be the signing. I'm not sure why I have left this. Because of course we also want to have a look at the other players. Tony Sava, I will wait. Haro Iniesta, I think I will just send him up for 1.5 million, so is worth. And very low week, we can find this dude. He's a region, he is extremely fast, 87 acceleration, 93 sprint speed, and has also agility, balance. His defending, stamina and stuff is also not too bad. This could grow a bit, of course. Walking to and dribbling is good, finishing has to improve. But he also has medium low, so wide. He is not amazing, but he is quite big, quite tall, pacey, good ball to dribbling, and he is showing great potential. We can get him for so cheap. That Haro Iniesta. Ladies and gentlemen, I have looked him in for a long time already, and I'm very happy to say that he is going to be transfer number 1. He is very cheap. I mean, they wanted 2.2, except 1.5, which is exactly his value. And his wage is so much cheaper than other wages, especially because of the wage. I would not go for Van Drongeren. Dutch names, man. I mean, I'm German, but it's still very hard to pronounce these names. But yeah, this was my first decision. Is he gonna be my first choice? Of course not. The question will be, do I want to maybe use him instead of striker? Maybe, because also of his pace and dribbling, and he is left-footed. Maybe as winger. Should I use him as left winger instead of bursting? Bursting could be a auto backup. He is a lot pacier and stuff. He's better. Only his work rates are a bit worse, but I will yet currently put him in my first choice team. I will see, I will train him, he has more potential, he will grow faster than Bursting, so he will stay better than Bursting. Only if I really just like him as winger, then I will put him as striker. But currently I will put him as winger and Bursting on the bench as backup for everything. So now we would have basically 4 wingers, which is fine. We don't really need a winger now. I will still probably look for one, but we don't really need one. So currently we don't really need a striker or winger or center mid. We still, what I will do next, definitely will still do in even this episode or in the start of next episode, so definitely before the Copenhagen game, is sign a new first choice center back and if possible sign a backup CDM. If we do that, we are going into the game against Copenhagen basically with enough players, so I have to say, or can say, we don't really need to make another transfer. We can replace everybody, but then it's only about improving the team here and there. But yeah, this is what I will definitely do. But for now, I'm not too unhappy with this squad, to be honest. I'm not that unhappy. It's not the best team, and win the league with this team, winning the league and winning the cup and everything wouldn't be really easy, but I'm still kind of confident. Harun Yesta is actually our best free kick taker too, because I mean his free kick accuracy is a bit worse, but he has a lot better curve and shot power. So Harun Yesta is also gonna be for now our first choice free kick taker. Penalties, also our penalty taker. Alright, and Yesta penalty taker and free kick taker. Not bad. Okay guys, we have been scouting through almost all the free agents now, and I want to show you the ones who are still interesting. Fernando Gonzalez is a center back. Do we want to sign him? We don't necessarily need a center back, but to have a 5th choice just in case is never a bad idea. He is 63 rated, 19 years old, free agent, is not too expensive of course, on the wage too, medium high. The thing though is he's small and wants a big foot. I will keep him on here for now, but I do not think that I will sign him. Only if you really have the money, and I still really think, okay, come on, just do it in the end. But I might just keep an eye on him and see if he calls. But he might be interesting, but he would be extremely cheap. His wage is like nothing. Maybe he will ask for 2.5 or so, but it's nothing. We have 2 left backs. This dude, I mean, I can put him off, to be honest. We have, what a name, Panagiotis Theodoridis. Panagiotis Theodoridis. Wow. He's 18 years old, he's 63, a left back. I could sum him up and then sell, of course, our current left back backup. He has medium work rates, he's small, he can he's good in crossing, alright in pace, I guess. His defending though, 48, stand taker. I think another player, I will keep on here, have a look at him, we'll see if he grows, and probably not sign, except I really feel like I have to. Who else do we have on here? We do have a left mid, and we do need a left mid, and he is good weighted, he is quite pacey, and has some other decent enough stats. He's worth $1 million, and has some alright stats. What would he ask for? 20,000. That's a lot. He's probably like a backup choice. If I cannot find any affordable and interesting left mid, I will probably just go for him, because even though he is quite expensive wage wise, we wouldn't have to spend money. So even if he just stays for like, I don't know, let's say 3 years, he would cost in total like 3 million because of the wages. So it wouldn't be too bad. He is not the most amazing player. He is not right-footed, something I really want, and he only has 2-star with foot, but maybe. Of course we still have Tomi Zava, but we also have a few more players, I think. Or was that it? Oh, that's it, alright. So nobody I really want to sign. A few players I will have a look at. The most interesting player probably is going to be the left mid, left winger from Ecuador, if we cannot find anybody interesting or affordable. Alright guys, as you can see, we can assign Petzers, and we are on the day of the first match day. Michelin did already win against Odense, right? Now the thing is, let's have a quick look. Is there any other center back? If not, I told you I would sign him. If you look at this, like free agent, whatever, nobody in the center back position. From Spain, as you just saw, there are 2. So, the question is any of these 2 interesting enough for me to wait and not sign Petzo straight away? We have Matthias Pesela. I can't pronounce names today. From Argentina, playing for Athletic Bilbao. 6'1", left-footed. I'm not sure if he recently joined, might be the case. He has maybe some good physics stats, I'm not sure. Maybe he has 70 pace, maybe he has 67 pace. Not sure. He is not that great though. I guess he is also just like mid-60 rated. I do want the first choice, so he is not good enough. Mamadou Charbonnier on the other side has very good physical stats, but he has great jumping, but he's only 5'7", and he's also bad in defending, which means we do have to, but they're both not first choices. I want the first choice. So ladies and gentlemen, Panagiotis Redzos for just 2.8 million and a decent wage. And look at this, we still have a ton of money. We have even still more money than we had at the start of this transfer window. Is going to be the second transfer, and if you put him our team, then the current update on our team is that currently we don't need any other defender. I mean, our first choice team is definitely world class away. I mean, it's definitely good enough to win this league. Larsen is doing good enough. We're training Retzos, of course. I thought his name would be Petzos. We're of course training him, so he should go quite fast to 75 at least. So we don't need a right back. We don't need a left back, at least not now. Only if I still have the money, did everything else, and then have the option to sign a better backup. So for example, I would say Rocket and sign this one quick. Chari Didis, whatever, who is a free agent. I would sign him for him. Replace Rocket with him, just because we probably still want to make a profit, and yeah, from 56 to 63 rating or so is decent. So that's something I have in mind, but currently I would not spend money probably on a right back or left back. We do still need a backup CDM, and I still have not found anybody even interesting, because everybody I find is either a lot too expensive or is just not interesting. So currently the backup CDM position is the position we haven't done anything. We are not even scouting anybody who's interesting. In the center mid position, we have actually even too many. We have our first choices. We have Sloth, we have Christensen, and we could sign this Japanese free agent. You can tell me right now on the top right, do you think I should sign him up? Should I either yes, sign him up straight away? No, don't sign him up. I might ask you again the end of the last episode if you say no. So if you say now no, that does mean I will definitely not do it. It just does mean as long as I really have not done anything else, everything else, and I really just have the money and I really don't want to do anything else, then I should do it. But until then, I will not do it if you vote for no. Or yeah, actually these are the only 2 choices, because we are not going for the full transfer window in the next episode, because I wanted to give you the third choice of like if you want in the end or something, I don't know, man. But yeah, these are the 2 options. So should I send them up in the attack? We have our striker, we have a left winger, we have a right winger, we have 2 wing backups and a striker backup, but not the most amazing dude. So I'm definitely still gonna sign a striker, a left winger, that's for sure. Harun Yesta might then just be on the bench. I think that's what I'm planning with him. So I will sign a first striker. I think I want to improve Yesta in the first half of the season until Amang will, of course, then his loan will end, and then I will try to sign Iniesta, put him as striker and go for somebody else. I'm not sure yet. But for now, I will still go for a left winger. That's still the most important thing. If I have done that, we don't really need a striker. We don't really need a winger. So yeah, right now, first just left winger and backup CDM. And if you have done these 2 things, then I probably will try to just get players out like Mela, Rogedal, Delusen, and replace them with better backups. But for now, guys, I think this team is good. This team is probably ready enough for the Copenhagen game, and I'm confident that we can get a good result in the next episode. But for now, guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. In the top right, vote if I should sign this Japanese dude. Except for this, sorry if I have talked some shit or whatever, because again, it's so warm. It's very hard for me to concentrate when it's so warm. And I do have to concentrate because I have to play and talk English in the same time, which is normally not a problem. I've done this for long enough now. I have I don't know, 500 videos on this channel when I did this. But when it's so warm, it's hard to concentrate. But for now, guys, if you enjoyed this, please smash the like button. Tomorrow we're going through next episode. Maybe I will make a break tomorrow, not just because I can. I could make a break, I could make an episode, I have the time. But I'm going eating with my grandparents who are here from Greece in the evening. And I might just give you a day to make a day off. Also to give you the time to really tell me in the comments and make the votes. So I might make one day off tomorrow. And then in 2 days continue with AALBORG on Friday. And then of course go to Portsmouth again. We'll see. If I take a day off tomorrow, then on that day I will go for a lot of AC Adele and make sure that the next AC Adele episode will be out, I would say, in the next week. Have an amazing day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow, maybe otherwise in 2 days. Bye bye.